Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. Bangarang and Bangarang Tribe. People are coming in. Glad to see everybody here on a Wednesday night. Cynthia, Yachty, glad you're here. Thank you. You know, everybody, Deborah, appreciate you. Everybody coming in, thank you so much. We'll see what's going on. Mr. Bruce in the house. Some people coming in. So it's a Wednesday night. And yes, Tarot and Attitude reveals surprising answers. So tonight we're going to kind of do something. We're going to cut to the chase a little bit on some of these. I'm going to see if other people come in. We might go slow. We might go fast. I might start picking up the pace a little bit and find out what's going on with other people as people come in and see what's happening. Hey, Miss Bridget, welcome in. Welcome in. Speaking of Miss Bridget, okay, Saturday, 11 a.m. again, Miss Bridget and I are going to be doing, and Bridget's with Eyes of the Dragonfly. Check her out, eyesofthedragonfly.com. You can reach her at Bridget at eyesofthedragonfly.com. What I want you to do, okay, is come with us on Saturday. We're going to be doing pendulum stuff. We're going to be talking about how to use them, what to do, how you can use them, how you can tie them into tarot. We're going to be doing, I think it was Cynthia that asked, and we aim to please. So, yes, that is part of what we're going to do Saturday, or it's pretty much what we're going to do Saturday. We will be doing readings on Saturday as well, using the pendulums, showing you how to tie them in with tarot, different things or whatnot. So not going to want to miss that. Also, August 3rd is around the corner. We're now we're a month away. If you're in the New England area, get your tickets. The link is in the description below. Also, make sure that you understand we're not going to be showing the show live. It will not be live, but we are going to record it so we can play it back later on the channel. So that's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. So, as we always do, let's get this party started. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, that divine feminine spirit, we say thank you. I ask that you pour your energy into me tonight, that the angels draw close, that the guides step in, so I may hear the messages that you have through these cards. If there's anything you need to be said, let it come through tonight. Let it come through me. Put a shield around everyone in this room. Put a protection wall around us. Michael, stand fast with your angels, and nothing is allowed to be in with anyone in this room that is not of the light or for their higher good. So mote it be. All right, so we're going to be getting this thing started. Yachty, okay? Still no response from Anthony about the final interview, although the other recruiter responded and said she would ask him to reach out. Do you still see me getting the final interview, please? And thank you. I'm going to grab one of these right here. We're going to go with this one. I was drawn to this one. This is one of the things I like, Bridget likes. We like pendulums for yes and no answers, and we will talk about that more on Saturday. But pendulum, will you work with me today? Okay. Yes, you will. Thank you. So Yachty wants to know, do you still see her getting the final interview? And man, it just picked up and really started swinging very heavy in the yes. So Yachty, I do see that happening. I do see that occurring. Let's find out what's going on. We're going to pull a card here for you real quick. Not going to go into a lot of detail on this. We got the answer we were looking for, okay? And we'll go from there. So let me see what's going on. My whole screen just jumped. All right, let's see what's happening. All right, what does Yachty need to know? In two cards, I'm going to say, what does Yachty need to know about this final interview? And let's find out what's happening. And here we go. Yachty, all right. You know what? I'm going to cut him again like this, like this, like this, and there we are. All right, Yadi. So the first card, 7 of Earth, patience and looking and observing at what's going on around you. What I really feel like is they're looking at this very heavy. This is serious, and that they are taking a look at you for multiple different things and how you're going to fit. So just be patient. This is not a time to take action, but observe. At least the other lady, the other recruiter, called you, and that's a good sign. We have the 4 of Earth. So look here, we have Earth, Pentacles if we were in any other deck. All right. And this is one of those things where if you were the 4 of Earth is that time to look at yourself, sit still. It's okay. Know your worth. All right. Be patient. You're fixing to start building something huge, but you got to allow it. When you build that base, you got to allow it time to come in. So I see good things coming. I think this is going to be good for you. That's what the pendulum and the cards have to say right now. So bangarang. All right. Anybody else coming in? We got a lot of people coming in. So welcome, folks. If you have a question, just type it in the chat. My wife is Leanne Julie. She's also in as Tarot with an Attitude. She's producing this. She will click on it and get it for me to see. So just put it in there and be patient. All right. Maria Amethyst. Hey, Maria, glad to see you back. Can you please look at me and fleep? No, I won't. I've done that enough. I love you. I'm going to do this. You need help. You need therapy. You need to reach out. We know you're in a very volatile relationship. All right. And what you need to do is you need to actually reach out and get some help with this situation. I don't like the fact that there is an abusive thing going on. We've read this relationship over and over and over, and it's time that you have to learn. And you know I love you. I'm doing this from the bottom of my heart for you to say, I have to take some action. You need to go to the authorities. You need to go to some of these other police. Told me he will move. He wants a new start, but will he do it? That's going to be up to you. You know what? I will pull this. All right. I'm going to pull a pendulum for that one. All right. So Maria wants to know if Philippe is actually going to move, that he wants a new start. Is he going to do it? No. He's playing a game. This is all a game to him. He's playing you different sides in and out. You have to take some action. You have to take some steps. You're going to have to, maybe you might have to move out. And I know first thing everybody says, well, but it's my place or whatnot. I get it. But to be in a relationship that's as volatile as this one is, sometimes we got to abandon things. The house is mine, even though it's burning down. I don't stay in it. Okay? And that's what I want you to see. So I'm not going to do any more like that. I'm going to flip 2 cards here. Let's bring this up and find out what's going on. Okay? To try to help you with this. I do not see him following through. It's another maneuver to come back. He's a narcissistic thing. He's going to try to get in, play with your head, show you that things are better or whatnot. It's time for you to take action. We have the 3 of air. There is nothing but trauma here, nothing but bad things. And it's time for you. You have to heal. You have to leave. He's got to leave. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. I know that last time you were in, somebody is in your country actually found you and gave you the information of the place that you can call to help. And you need to do that. That's going to be very important. The Ace of Air. Until you look at a new way to communicate with yourself and a new way to think about this and come about this, you have to take a fresh start on this whole thing and on your life mentally. That's what's going on. Because the longer you stay with something, once you have the answer, that is now on you. No matter what he does, all right? It may not be right, but you can leave. Not a good thing to do. It's not fun. It's not comfortable. That's the reason we had somebody come in and actually give you resources to be able to do that. Okay. Him hurting you is not up to you, but knowing you're in this situation and you staying in it, That's your choice. And we have choices to make. And sometimes we have to make very, very hard choices. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, I've seen this before. Divine Mother, Maria is in a situation she feels trapped in. I need Michael to pour in and show her protection and to open her mind and eyes that she is not stuck. She is not a tree. She can move. There are things to help her. She has to take this action. I want you to put your protective arms around her, pull the cold, a cone of white light and protection around her, but we have to get her to move. She's got to make some decisions. She can't keep sitting here and playing this game. We love you. I'm sending pure love, thought. We hate it for you, but so mote it be. Okay? We care. Maria, we care. We really do. But this is something we can't keep going over the same ground over and over and over, because what you're doing is hoping something else changes that you don't have to take a step on. And that's just not healthy. It's not healthy. All right. Keep us posted, but we'll find out what's going on, and we're sending you nothing but love and light. So, Miss Bridget, this is the Call It Baron Reed, the Good Tarot. Let me see if I'll throw this over here real quick, see what it says for the book. Or is that, let me do it this way. Here, I'll put the box up. The Good Tarot. What Call It Baron Reed did with this one, let me click it over. When you read it and everything else, she's trying to keep everything on more of a positive spin rather than everything that comes. She actually tried to do something for more. This is like the here and now, affirmations. What's going on in your life with this deck, what you can do, what you can see. So think of these cards as affirmations of steps you need to take right now in your life. So there we go. Bang, right. Good question, Miss Bridget. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me get over here. All right. Click back over. Samantha Campos. Good to see you. Bangarang. I would like to know if I will be becoming someone with a stable life in my life, or help me economy and support. Thank you. All right. Are you putting yourself in a position to do so? All right. Are you out there? Are you a stable person to be around? This is a question you have to ask. Do you love yourself? Are you good? Are you there? Are you looking for somebody to add to your happiness, to your joy? Or are you looking for somebody that's more of a relief to help take relief off? That's not fair to that person. This is your life. You have to take control of that. You have to move on it. So Samantha is asking, she wants to know if she's going to be coming with someone that's with a stable life, and to help her economy wise and support. And with this attitude, I am getting a no. That's not what they're there for. They're not here to support you. They're here to enjoy life together with you. All right. And that's the problem we have in a lot of relationships today. We're looking for people to help us out of a jam or to move into different things. And that's not what these people are supposed to come into our lives for. We're supposed to be standing tall because you need to be able to help support them as well. It's a two thing, like the old drive-in movies when it was a double feature. You help me, I help you, that type of thing. I know you want to do that, but what you need to be doing is living a full life, living your life the best you can with happiness. I know there's toil and turmoil going on, okay, and that you're lonely, but some of this is you're having to learn to be by yourself right now. So I'm asking Spirit to give you a message, all right, of what this message is you need to hear so you can bring this person into your life, okay? Let's find out what's going on. All right. Boom. Here we go. So the first card we have is love. And you know what? Notice in this love card, it's her. You have to tame this beast of love, and you have to understand you've got to love yourself. You've got to learn to be happy. If you can't be happy on your own, why would I or anyone else want to move into that? Because that means you're going to be totally codependent on me for your happiness and your support. That's nothing anybody really wants to look for. So look at what you're asking for, Samantha. Okay. I know some of these cards are hard. The 4 of water. We have the 4 of cups here. 4 of water. Establishing a good base. All right. But understanding in this, what's happening is you're complacent with where you're at right now, and you're not wanting to do anything to change your life on your own. You have to get up and say, all right, it doesn't matter if everybody on the planet dropped over dead tomorrow. Me and mine are still here. What am I going to do to be happy? What am I going to do? Or am I going to walk around being miserable? You have to get off that complacency and realize your happiness is your choice, period. It's hard. That's a hard pill for everybody to swallow. But it is very important that once you learn it, and I'm telling you, my wife and I both had to learn it before we ever even met each other. Our happiness depends on me. Her happiness depends on her. We accentuate each other's happiness. All right. But her total happiness in life is not totally dependent on me. If she loses me, is she going to be sad? Is she going to be crushed for a while? Absolutely. But she knows life will go on. She knows our spirits are forever connected. She will move on and have a beautiful and wonderful life. These are some of the things. You have not made yourself lovable. You're making yourself actually dependent on someone else. And this is what I want you to do. Stand up, shake this off, say, I got to do this. I got to change the way I think. All right. Because what you're putting out there is, I've got to have somebody to help me. I've got to have somebody to carry this burden. I've got to have somebody that's going to walk this path with me. So what this is saying to the universe is, you're miserable, that you are codependent, and the universe can't send you somebody that is not going to hold that, relish that, want to take care of that, because I have the obligation to protect them too. Samantha, I love you. All right. But this is one of those things where you got to learn to love yourself. When you stand up, you take control of your own life. You start becoming happy. You start living a fulfilled life within yourself. Mr. Right, Mrs. Right, whatever you want is going to come to you. That's when the universe sends you things. But you should not be looking for somebody to partner with you to help you with your financial load. That's not right. Okay. I love you. Please don't get mad at me. If you do, I understand, but come back. Okay. Because there's a lot of stuff going on, but I want you to hear what I'm saying. And sometimes you need to hear it from somebody else. Steve, good evening. Glad you're here. Steve Kenobi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, if any of my new people are out there, also Yachty, if y'all look in the description, per Yachty's request, for a few other people's requests, go down at the title. You see the little blue word more. Click on it, open it up. There's a tip jar. Okay. Whatever it says in there, whatever your heart feels like. But all I ask is that if you're to get a reading or whatnot tonight, just make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I need people to share this. So, Steve, good evening, Reverend Rob and chat. Any messages for me for the month of July? I love it. I love it. Let's find out. I'm sure there are. So, for the month of July, and we're going to stay positive here. We're going to do an affirmation for you. All right. Let's find out. I'm really feeling the need. Bridget's going to start laughing. I got a feeling Friday night, y'all stick around. I'm going to be bringing my deck of the Tao Te Ching out, and we're going to be looking at yin and yang of life and different things and how you can make your yin yang stronger. Not just you, Steve, but for everybody. So Friday night, 8:30, make sure you're here for that, because I've been drawn to that all day today. And I went to grab it tonight, and I said, nope, it's not supposed to be tonight. But let's take a look at what's going on. So, Steve, all right. Any messages for me for the month of July? All right. Let's take a look at this just like this. The first message for you, Queen of Fire. Nurture and take care of yourself in your spiritual realm, in this thing of whatever it is you want to do. You know, some of y'all have heard me say before that I heard my youngest boy, Cody, he actually told somebody one time, we spend 8 to 12 hours a day, and some of us even more, working on somebody else's dream. How much time have you spent working on your dream? For July, it's time for you to focus on where you want to go. For July, it's time for you to focus on that fire that's in your heart and what's driving you and what you want to do, where you want to be. Steve, kind of like that. What do you want to be when you grow up? This is what Message Spirit is saying right now for July. It's a good time to focus, and this year is a manifestation year. The moon, use your intuition. You're going to have questions, or there's some things out there that you're like, well, I'd like to do this, but you know what? But everybody's got one of them too. You know, one of the things the moon is talking about, you're never going to have all of the answers. So you have to follow your intuition, but it wants you to start. It's trying to highlight some things. If you will take a serious look at where you want to go, what you want to do, where you want to take your life, and that passion, and that will, that fire, this is the moon is going to be there to try to help you light the way. And by lighting the way, the 18 comes together for a 9, and that's there to try to help you to manifest something beautiful in your life. You will be able to see this. You can do this, but you need to follow your intuition. All right. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Move towards it. Look at it. You're going to be able to work for it. And finally, we have the 7 of air. Don't let somebody else steal your joy, your happiness, you know, in your mind. What we're seeing here in the 7 of air, whenever we see this, we got all the birds. This looks like a beautiful card, and it is a beautiful card. But you need to let peace come in and say, you know what? We don't know how long life is. Tomorrow is not promised. All right. We're hoping. We're going with the odds, kind of like playing craps. You're throwing the odds. All right. Here's one of the things I want you to realize. You need to let peace come into your life. You need to settle down. You need to listen. And you need to allow some beautiful things to come in. Don't let other things take your peace away. Okay? It's time to allow it. That's what I see for you in July. This is how you're going to take your next step and how things are going to come about for you. Wow. Banger. All right. That's cool, Steve. Great question. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mixing the cards in here now. All right, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and that was Steve Kenobi. Bangarang, bangarang, bangarang. Kelsey Wells, will I secure a job at FI Company? All right, let's grab the pendulum. All right, I tell you what I'm going to do too. I'm going to show you. Well, no, not with that deck. What deck? I'll use this. All right, we're going to go here. We're going to use a pendulum. Hello, pendulum. We're back again, and Kelsey Wells wants to know if she's going to secure a job at FI Company, whatever that is. I'm getting no movement on that at all. There's not a yes. There's not a no. There's more information that needs to happen. So here we go. What does she need to know about this job at FI? Very seldom do I see it just sit still. I'm going to ask one more time. Did I understand right that there, pendulum, was my interpretation right that there's way too many variables going on for this? And that gives me a yes. So there's a whole bunch of variables going on in there that you need to be aware of. So we're going to ask Spirit real quick. What do we do? What do you need to know about this job at FI? All right. So let's find out what's going on. Now, keep in mind, this is a reading the way things sit right now with that company or what's going on. It doesn't mean your path can't change or something can't happen. So here we go. Let me click on the right button here. There we are. And here we are. So the first thing you need to know, we have the 9 of air. Stop stressing about it. Let life flow. Go with the flow. Allow yourself to open up. Other things are coming. Don't throw all your eggs in one basket. This is a new way to think about it. Okay, I'm applied at FI. Are there other jobs to apply for at FI? That just hit me really big. Keep applying for everything you can, but you always keep applying for other jobs. This is a big thing about stress. The 9 of air is like going, don't stress it. Go with the flow. You've done everything you can do at this time. There are other things going on that are outside of your control within that company that are not allowing a clear decision to be made yet. Might even be a hold. You know, we have the hermit. What I'm seeing is, are you supposed to be opening your own business? This is something when we talk about what's going on with that company, we have the hermit. You're kind of walking your own path here. All right. And I'm seeing when I look at this in relation to the will you secure a job? You've stood out, you stand alone. All right. I think one of the things I'm really picking up is they don't know exactly what to do with you. Okay. So hold that, make sure, go with the flow, find out what's going on, see what's happening, but you have to keep walking your own path. I'm going to pull one more card here, and that's the 5 of air. So, yeah, all right, the 5 of air. Don't win the battle and lose the war. Don't pester them. Don't do anything. You need to keep moving on with your life without them or whatnot. That's very, 5s are about confusion, some conflict, some disarray. But in that, you'll be able to create and find something beautiful. If you've just applied there and left it there, Kelsey, it's time for you to keep applying somewhere else. That's what I've got. All right. Wow. Bangerangs. Wow. Some very hard messages tonight. And, again, remember the name of the show. I knew it, surprising answers. So sometimes we don't want to hear these things, but it's better to know them and find out what's going on. Okay. So LMAA, let's see what's happening here. Welcome, Elam. Bangerang. Hi. What will happen between me and Amir in the near future? No contact. All right. Again, you're probably asking the wrong person. I will pull cards, okay? Because nothing in your life is set in stone. What do you want to happen? What does Amir want to happen? Everybody has choices. Are you doing what you need to do if you want this to move forward or if you want to set it go? Is he? These are all of these different things are choices you can make. You may make one choice today and then something may come to you tomorrow and you may find an opportunity. So what are you doing to make this happen? So in this question about Amir, what's going to happen in the near future? What I've got is the 5 of water. No, I don't see anything coming of this. All right. Don't spend too long grieving over it. Okay. This is going to be, I also believe there's somebody else around, but they can't get a word in edgewise or get your attention because you're so focused on Amir. Let it go. Say goodbye. It's a grief situation over this relationship, but you're going to have to let it go and move on. At that, the ace of air. Look at there. Time to look for something new. Time for something to take over and find something that's going to be more wholesome and better for you. It's a new way to think about it. Leave the past behind. Let it go. Move forward. Live your life. So no, I don't see you and Amir in the near future. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, no, I'm not. Because the truth of the matter is, if we let this go and we go with the way spirit wants it to go, and you go with the universe and you go with the flow, and we stop trying to bring people into our lives, we all do this, that aren't supposed to be there. Okay. Our life will go much better. All right. So Bangarang. Let's see what happens there. All right. Keep me posted. All right. Great cards. Great cards. Love the way this is flowing tonight. All right. Don't like some of the answers, but I can't help that. I'm going to tell you what I see straight up and down. If there's any time, Cleve, what's going on? I'm curious to know if there's a message for what will be point of growth for all of us this month. All right. There we go. I love that question. Let's see what happens. So you're actually looking for the whole tribe, and that's not a problem. All right. So we are going to ask Spirit, all right, in the upcoming month, what area would you like for people to be focusing on as a point of growth, or so they can grow? Where is that? What is it for Cleve? What is it for our tribe? Everybody wants to grow. So I want that message from you, Spirit, and to say exactly what you feel everybody needs to do. All right. I'm going to cut these cards right here. Here we go. Boop. Let's see what's happening. All right. The first card, 5 of air. All right. I'm going to put this in a very spiritual, very airy-fairy kind of way, because I don't want to offend anybody. Get off your ass. All right. It's just that simple. The 5 of air. Get into your life and dance. Don't be sitting around looking at what went wrong, what happened, what you've got to turn around. Look at her flying around. We have the birds coming around, all of this. You know what? It's not about winning. It's about living. Okay. And this 5 of air is saying you have to come to a peace within yourself. What are you doing? What are you wanting to do? Forget growing, forget ascending, forget reaching total enlightenment and all of that. One of the things that Spirit is trying to tell everybody right now, you have to find peace within your life. This peace is very important. You can't grow if you can't find peace. All right. So peace is yours. It's out there. A lot of times, this is a way we have chosen to live our life, or the way we're looking at our life is the reason we can't find peace. Or, like we've heard and seen from some people, we're afraid to make the hard decisions. Do what you need to do to find peace this month. Make that your focus this month. You know, we've got the page of Earth. Get excited about where you are. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, get excited first about where you are. Find that teenage excitement, that passion, all right, about where you're at in your life. What's going on? Find that passion, and then you can find peace. Once you start remembering, wait a minute, there are ways I feel, and a lot of times the way I feel is a choice. Remember, the 7 of Cups is all about the choices we make. And those choices affect every other aspect of our life. So I want you to look at this very carefully, okay? Find peace. Remember to get passionate about where you're at, what's going on. Find the love back in your life and the joy. See the sunlight again this month and find out what's happening. Finally, we've got the 2 of water. Look at your relationships. Most importantly, what I just got hammered with, thank you, Spirit, look at the relationship for yourself, with Spirit, with your higher conscience, with your choices. This is all about emotions, and it's how you're relating to the things that are happening within your life. If you can actually start to find joy within life again, even just watching a sunrise, a sunset, stepping outside, feeling a cool breeze in the middle of the day, of going, you know what? I don't like my job, but I've got one. All right. Right now, I'm making bills. It may just be by the skin of my teeth, but I'm making them. You have to find that place to be able to find peace. You know, there was an old saying. I'm trying to get it back in my head. I used to say it all the time, but it is what it is. Some of this stuff in life is what it is. We're meant to learn. There are things, obstacles. The Wheel of Fortune tells us we are going to have obstacles in our life. Why? To learn. Fine. If we had no obstacles and nothing hurt, we didn't feel bad, what would joy be? I'm reminded of a line in an old movie. Okay. Steve Martin, Sergeant Bilko. Yeah, I love that movie. Everybody, just bear with me. Okay. But young kid coming in, and he's like, so things are going wrong. And he tells them, but without rain, it's just another sunny day. Think of it that way. That's what life is trying to tell you. What's your relationship like with yourself? What's your relationship like with spirit? What's your relationship like with your conscious? Can you start to find the joy and be happy each day to find something to be happy about? And in that, allow yourself to find peace. Wow. Bang right. Cleve, you always ask some great questions, and I love it. Thank you very much. And we were talking the other day, I think it was you, about spreads, what cards to pull. As you can see tonight, I'm doing things completely different. There's no spreads here. I pull what I pull, and whatever spirit lays on my heart, I ask spirit to let me read these and see these cards and give me the message that they want. So that's really cool. All right, bangarang. Oh, I got to get something cold to drink here now. Yeah, I got my Buc-ee's cup. My tankard. Normally, I would have my Apollo travel cup. Oh, speaking of which, in September, y'all need to reach out to Mr. Bruce, okay? In September, Mr. Bruce, Miss Bridget, me and my wife, we are going on a 4-day cruise, all right? And Mr. Bruce booked a bunch of rooms. If y'all would like to go, there's still time. He got this great deal because he booked a whole bunch of rooms. If y'all come, we'll be sitting down. We'll try to have some dinners together. There's nothing solid about it, okay? There's no structure or whatnot. It's not a tarot with an attitude cruise, which we're planning, by the way. We're going to look at it. But if you're there, he can get you there. We'll know who's there. I'll do readings with you. We can sit down. We can explore, do some things together. Maybe do a couple of excursions or something. I don't know. But there is availability. Okay. So get up with it. It's Bruce at apollotravel.com. Bruce, common spelling, at apollotravel.com. You don't want to miss this. Things like that. People are asking, do I get paid for this? No, not at all. He's my friend. He's a great travel agent. He does a lot of stuff. We do a lot of things together. Whether you're there or not, I'll actually be doing a live show from the ship, from the shore. I don't know, but we'll be doing a live show there. But yes, you too can join in. Bruce at apollotravel.com. Just reach out to him and ask him about it. Never hurts to ask, but it's September coming up, and there will be more. All right. So there we go. Marion. I didn't see your message. Gillian, if you would put that back up, I missed it. So gratitude means honoring what we have, even when it's not what we hoped for. Absolutely. Sometimes the unexpected is life's greatest gift. Yeah, I'm reminded of the Garth Brooks song. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers, man. Wow. Think about it. All right. Gratitude means honoring what we have. And that's a very powerful statement. And that's where I think the focus needs to be for July. Bangarang. What a great message. All right. Marion Giles. I'm so in need of a reading on my dog. I'm going to screw this name up. Leica, who passed away on Friday. My heart is just broken. You know what? That's natural. It's okay. Well, nobody here will tell you your heart shouldn't be broken. Okay. I'm getting different things. I want to get this through one at a time. She was 14, and I just don't know if I can get peace without knowing she's okay on the other side. Here's one of the things you need to know right now. I absolutely know she is okay, and I absolutely know that there are times at this point she is with you. There are times you will feel her on the couch. You will feel her around your legs. This is her, and she wants you to stop worrying about her. She's good. I see her as younger, okay, kind of jumping around and happy. Don't you be the one to keep her from going on to whatever her next venture is and whatever being she is going wants to choose to be in, okay? She is fine. All right, I'm going to do this for you. We're going to bring this up. Spirit. Marion Giles lost her beloved dog, Laika. Okay. Laika. However you say it, we all know what we're talking about. And she's heartbroken. So the first thing I'm going to say is, Raphael, please go to Marion and let her know we all feel grief. This is what life is about, is feeling grief. And you honor that with grief. But at the same point, you're not to live in grief forever. But it just happened Friday. You should still be feeling it. But start remembering good things, that type of thing. Okay. Marion wants to know if Laika is okay. Is Laika okay? I got a very big yes. Okay. Am I correct that it already knows what's coming? That Laika comes to visit her and that she has felt its presence, but she's blown it off thinking it was just a memory or something. Yes. And I mean, it's like really going strong. Yes. All right. You need to rest, relax, hold your arms out. Everybody, we've all lost pets. We've lost loved ones. I don't care. All right. Hold your arms out, close your eyes, pull the energy in, feel energy. Say, Laika, I love you. Whoever anyone is in here that has a pet, a person, it is okay to say, I love you, and say it out loud like I'm saying it now. Let your spirit flow through you, okay? It's that presence, it's that honoring of what was is what grief is about. People will tell you, all right, you need to move on. Well, that's our life back there. All right. Nothing in the future. It's all blank. All right. That's our life. This was a wonderful dog. She was a wonderful pet. You loved her. She loved you. And guess what? She still does. All right. Don't hamper moving forward for you or for her by getting lost or stuck in the grief. That grief will never go away. I hate to break it to you, but it will change. Mr. Bruce and Miss Bridget can talk about that with the pets they've lost and things like that. They always remember the animals they've lost, things like that. But you know what? So there are times Bruce will think of something and it'll make him sad. But then there are other times they will think of something with those animals and it'll make them giggle, it'll make them laugh, and they'll feel their very presence right there with them in the room. So you need to understand, nobody's ever going to laugh at that, not in this room. And if they do, there's a door. Okay. But Marion, take a deep breath. Raphael, go to this woman and help her feel the presence. Actually, Marion, what I just got a picture of is Raphael coming to you to help you understand that the grief is okay, but that you're not alone. You're going to feel his presence and you're going to feel Laika's presence. So you're fixing to get a very strong, like electric feeling over your body. You may actually feel a pressing in of angel wings, things like that, a feeling in your lap. You might even feel, I keep seeing this tongue hanging out. I don't know why, but this dog is like bring, bouncing. Don't even know what kind of dog it is. All right. But you need to understand it's all okay. All right. so mote it be. Wow. That's huge. Cynthia, if you have time, can you tell me what I need to know about my grandkids right now? Yes. Put up the cookie jar. No, I'm only kidding. All right, Cynthia, that's a great question. Here we go. Cynthia, I appreciate you so much. There are people in my life because of this show. Y'all know who you are. I've talked to you off, things like that. If you don't know, reach out to me. This show is it's more about bringing this happiness, this peace, and helping people find their way. That's what we do. That's what I want to do. All right. So again, just do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe button. Hit it, hit it, hit it. That's very important. Invite somebody in. I saw Cynthia said earlier she invited somebody. All right. So that's good. Okay, here we go. All right. Cynthia wants to know what she needs to know about her grandkids right now. Here we go. All right, Cynthia. Boom. We're right back to the page of Earth. What I'm really getting is they're playing, they're passionate. There's some things about they're happy in what they're doing right now. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I do see like childlike spirit. This would be the Page of Pentacles. All right. So you read, you know what's going on and different things. I see them exploring and adventuring. So you might want to be there to help guide them in some beliefs. I believe some belief systems might be being taught to them by some other people who are okay, but they don't have that insight that you've got. Okay. They're looking for that guidance. Don't be afraid to show them some of the things you know. All right. Now, the Ace of Water. This is, wow. This pearl. Pull them to you. Love them. We need that in a family again. Swimming against the tide. When you see it, pull them back. Okay. You have an effect that you have no idea how much you have. And if you have to put your foot down from time to time, let it happen. It's what happens. But you're doing it out of a place of love and things like this. So you are there to help them. You are only trying to help them find their way, be happy, and find their way against the tide of life. This is emotion, all new water, all new joy, all new happiness. New feelings are coming about. They're getting older. They're entering different stages of life. You need to be there and make sure that you're there to help them and they can see you as that warm advice, the crone. And you know what, people who don't know what that means, it's not what you think, okay? But who's there to give that grandmotherly advice and to help them along their way. We have justice. Remembering, okay? You got to let them do their thing. It's what I'm really getting. But you have to teach them for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. There's going to be consequences for their actions down the road, some way, somehow, somewhere. All right. So this relationship, you're also, whatever you put into it, that's what you're going to get out of it. Don't be afraid to be all in on the love. And I know you're not. Okay. This is cool. Notice we have the Justice, the sword. A lot of times in this card, the Justice card, the sword is up. It's like ready to punish. This isn't so much ready to punish. Look at this card, the beauty of this card. Okay. What do we do next? The advice is going to be clear. Queen of Fire. We talked about this earlier. Be that queen. Help them find what ignites them, what makes them, where are they wanting to go? Where's their passion looking at? That's for you to help them find and to be able to move forward. Look here, the 10 of water, happiness, joy, abundance. It's all there. It's all yours. You're doing everything you know to do. They're okay. They're going to have to go, when we learn to swim, sometimes you got to swallow a little water and it sucks, but you will be there to help them and everything's going to be okay. You are doing right. You are doing great. Bam. There's that love card. that love when they make you mad and you're like, I'm going to take an inch off your ass. Okay. Yeah, no, here's that love, that commitment, that joy, but feel that strength. I'm also getting that husband figure in there with you of y'all doing this together. Okay. And finding joy in this together. This is a commitment. All right. You're committed to your family. You're committed to these kids, and there's nothing wrong with it. They need it. Wow. Bangarang. Cynthia, I hope that spoke to you. I don't know. It was just what I got. Okay. It's just what Spirit put on my heart when I looked at these cards, and that's what we're going to do. So let's see what's going on. All right, folks. Wow. We're getting down there. Let's see what's going on. All right. Ooh, separating the cards back out so they're not all stuck together if I don't shuffle right. All right, and now let's get a cold drink. All right, looking at the questions here. Brandon, I'm not even going to do this. Brandon, hi, how are you? All right, Bangarang, glad to see you here. Welcome. All right, question. I've been receiving lots of sign and symbols from Spirit lately. Flashing white lights, owls coming close and hooting straight at me. Even a whiteout during a dream. Good stuff coming or an omen. One of the things I'm getting is use your wisdom. It could go either way. I'm getting that very loud and very clear. We're going to pull some cards. It doesn't have to be good or bad. The owl coming at you is saying, use your wisdom, use those eyes. What I'm really getting at is don't get blinded. Some things are coming up. See through it. Look at the dark. I want you to focus on meditation. Find a meditation about opening your third eye chakra and your crown chakra. This is what I'm seeing is there are things that are going to be happening, but you need to use your wisdom that you have been given, and you need to listen and let the veil be removed from your eyes so you can read between the lines. That's what I'm picking up, okay? In a huge, huge way. All right. So I know I'm sorry that wasn't either one of those, but there are things that are happening and you have to be awake, alert, and alive to see it. All right. Think of that owl, wide awake at night, eyes wide open, head on a swivel. All right. Again, nothing bad. Spirit is trying to prepare you for something coming, and it is saying, be prepared. Use your eyes, see. All right. I'm reminded of the movie Signs. Tell Graham, see. Tell Brandon, see. Answers to some questions are coming. You will be able to find out what's happening and why if you're open to it, or you will miss it. That's what I'm being told here. Absolutely. Okay. We're going to do a few more here and see what happens. All right. Let me get over here and we're going to do Brandon. We're going to go here. So what I've got for Brandon, wow, this page of Earth is coming up a lot. Okay. No matter where I put it in the deck, no matter how many times I shuffle. So this is, again, the pages come with that childlike spirit about being aware of what's going on around you, passionate, exploring, or whatnot. But the pages also come with a warning. Don't get carried away. I want you to observe. This is now a time to be observing and to be looking. The two, there might be some decisions you're going to have to make. Make sure you are alert and aware and you have received all of the information that Spirit is trying to give you. That's what we have, the Empress. This is going to be an opportunity to grow something, make something beautiful, okay? But you have to be alert and aware, be in touch with Spirit, be in touch with yourself. Don't rush through life. Be mindful every day, every moment, so you can be aware of what's happening. That's what I see. Glad you're being observant. That's really cool. That is really cool. All right. Incel Industrial Complex. Welcome back, everybody. While I'm mixing these cards up again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Are there any surprises I need to be prepared for this month? All right, that's a yes or no question. This is a good question. All right. This type of question, I'm not putting you off till Saturday. Hear me out because you weren't in earlier. Saturday at 11, Bridget and I are going to be doing a class on pendulums, how to use them, and how to use them with tarot. And this is a question that actually, when you break it down, comes down to a yes or no. So if I were to ask pendulum and spirit, all right, pendulum verifying you will work with me again. Yep. Is there anything Insull Industrial Complex needs to be aware of that's a surprise that's coming or be prepared for this month? And I'm getting a yes. So now if we stop the question there, what does that mean? Where does it go? And that's where we can start to use tarot to take that into a different way. So, but I want you to think about that question. Should we not always be prepared for what's coming up? Be here, be in the moment. That's why it's so important to be mindful and understand what's happening. All right. That's why, just like for the Brandon right before us, where we said, be alert, always know. It's that important to be on your guard and to know what's going on. It's that important to stay in touch with spirit because they're going to be trying to give you messages. Okay. We should always be ready to receive that. Then when the surprises happen, we're not taken aback by them. We are not taken aback by them. So it's something you need to be aware of. And that is really cool. So let's find out, though. What does Insull Industrial Complex need to know about what's coming up for this month? Here we go. All right. So I'm going to split this deck again right here. I'm going to move this over here out of the way. All right. Here we go. All right, folks, everybody needs to pay attention. I put this on the bottom of the deck, shuffled, cut, reshuffled while I was talking, and here we are again. So what I'm seeing here is the 7, a lot of earth. Okay, so what this is saying is there's going to be some changes in your physical and material world, all right? Be ready for them. The 7 of earth is talking about you don't have to react. Be patient. Remember me telling you this card came with, or telling somebody, this card came with a warning about don't be running all off. It's time to go slow down. Be curious. Find out what's going on. But check out the details. Ask why. What's going on. But then as things start to happen, be slow to react. Be slow to move. Do more of a responding. It's going to be some things that you can enjoy, and you need to learn to enjoy some of the fruits of your labor. This 7 of earth is very much about, look, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is a fairy giving blessings. All right. Things are going to come, and they might come in small ways. Don't miss it because you're not paying attention. We have the Queen of Earth. Everything for you coming up this month is about what's happening in the real world around you, and you need to be aware. There are some things that are going to be happening. They're not going to tell me what these are, but the Queen of Earth is about, this is about you, yours, and in your little circle, not about out there, not about anything else. But the Queen is that nurture, find out, nurture, love, build something, but it's all in your real world. You know, I am going to pull one more. We have the King of Fire. All right. Wisdom is going to need to be involved here, but it's where you want to go in your heart. All of this, whatever's coming, you're going to have to look at, is this something I need to grab hold of towards my happiness, towards something I'm wanting to build? And that's going to be very important because you might miss something that could take you into a whole new realm. The 10 of air. All right. Something's coming to an end. Something new is going to start. It's about dropping the way you're thinking of something and looking at things from a different angle, looking at things. It's not like the 12 from a different perspective, but new thoughts, new ways. The 10 means a cycle is coming to an end, and this very well could be communication, something you need to do for communication. And we're going to go here. Messenger of air. Be aware. This is very huge. Once you have it, it's going to be something you need to act on and take action, and things will be good for you. But you have to be responsible and know what's happening around you at all times. Wow. Bangerang. Important stuff going on this month. And I told everybody that it would, because that's where we're at. Remember, this year is a 9. This is a year of manifestation. 7 is a year of looking, learning, assessing, finding out what's going on. The month of 7. We should have had breakthroughs last month. If you didn't, take a look at what's going on. It's a time also of the year to be joyous, to give thanks, and these things will come through for you. Wow. Banger. All right, Andrea. Great to see you. Question: what is Stephen's romantic intentions towards me? He told me he wants something serious, but something doesn't sit right with me. You go with your gut. Andrea, that's what this is all about. That's what dating's all about. You have a vibe. Your intuition has played out for you before. I just got told, there were times you knew it. Oh, I should have seen the flags. Or you did know it, you didn't listen to it, and you got burnt. Guess what? If that's what's going on, stop. I don't have to read cards or anything else. Spirit is flying in to listen to this. I will not tell you what Stephen's romantic intentions are, because I won't read him without his permission. I will tell you, we will look and ask questions about what you need to know about your relationship with Stephen. So here we go. Let's find out. But I'm telling you, if your gut is already there, we have that vibe. Why do you take a left sometimes instead of a right? Why do you go straight? Why do you take a shortcut? Why do you take the long way around? That's your intuition. That's spirit coming in and intervening in your life. So if he told me he wants something serious, but something doesn't sit right with me, it's time to slow down and say, okay, you want something serious? If he does, then he's willing to take some time. Listen to an old man. All right? Whether this be spiritual or not, I'm telling you, this is what I'm being told. All right? And I'm giving to you kind of like your granddaddy would. I want you to understand. All right? If he really wants something serious, then he will take his time. Let him earn it so you can see it. That's what dating is supposed to be about. All right? So, what does Andrea need to know about this relationship? The Hierophant. Follow the rules. All right? That goes with what I just said. Take your time, move right. Don't jump into bed. Don't move around. If you have been and he wants something serious, then it's time to bring that to a break and say, okay, if we're going to talk serious, let's see what it is. Now, you don't wait 10 years while I'm waiting to see what he does. You know, he's got a right to live a life too. But at the same point, I find it ironic that the Hierophant, which is about understanding, learning, following rites, rituals, and staying true to a path, sticking to your ethics, comes with a 5. 5 can create conflict. By doing this, a lot of times we don't want to do that because we become impatient. But 5 can create beautiful things. All right. So this is one of those things, you know, and look at the 5s we got here. 5 of fire. Drama, drama, drama. And I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing right here, right now. There's somebody else involved that you don't know about. That's just what I got. I had that feeling. I wanted to see what would come up. Yeah. So let's see what's going on. We have 20, the call. If you're not happy with it, give it time. Find out what's going on. Your job is to protect yourself. If you had these feelings and poof, you have a 20-year-old daughter and she comes to you and says, Mom, I have romantic intentions towards Bill. He told me he wants something serious, but Mom, something doesn't feel right with me. What would you tell your daughter? Let that sink in. We have to follow your intentions. You have to follow your intuition. You have to follow your gut. Why? So what I want you to do is sit down, write those questions down. Why does this not feel right? Why does something feel wrong? Okay. Answer that question, and then you can ask him the same question. Just be careful. This is what life is about. It's about dating, getting to know people, understanding people, friends, learning how to work with other people, learning who's going to lie to you and who's not. Okay. This is one of those things. My word is what I'm feeling. I'm being told caution, caution, caution. All right. Be careful. Sierra and Dell needing prayers from the tribe. I'm in a tough financial spot, still looking for work. For all of our visitors, we do this join in or not. That is up to you. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, that divine mother, the Son, the Spirit, the angels, the guides that you have given us, the universe, the all, and all these things we know. First, we give thanks. Sierra and Dell is going through a tough time. I need Michael to go to her, and I need Ariel to go to her and to help her through and to understand, to feel comfort, to open her mind about how this is going to happen and to see what's going to come. And Ariel to open the doorways for her in this world, in this real life, so she can move forward and step out of this. If there's something she is to learn, let her learn it so we can get her on and move on, and she can be able to please and do whatever she needs to do in her life to be closer to those around her and closer to Spirit. Spirit, guide, protect her. Give her peace. Take the worry. Michael, take the worry from her so tonight she can sleep. We've been there. Every one of us have been there. Okay? Remember, all things change. Remember a passage from the Bible, James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, who upbraideth not and giveth to all men liberally. Talk to Spirit. Talk. Spirit will guide you. They will comfort you. They will send you the angels. All right. We are asking this. We are demanding this, that things come through, that she is protected, and that she can see the light at the end of the tunnel for this. And she is shown the direction she needs to go. In all things, we give thanks. So mote it be. Sierra and Dell, I hope that helps. Let us know, okay? We will be glad to pray for you any day of the week. That is what we do. A lot of people I know are sitting here, especially my new people, are going, wait a minute, he's reading tarot cards, he's praying to God. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because I believe God the Father, God the Mother, the divine feminine, God the Spirit. We're all here, the all, as we call it, as Phyllis Pugh taught us. It is the all, okay? And that is everything. It's that bond that's connecting you and each one of us right now, where we can feel and love. Guess what? That's what we're supposed to do for each other. And I pray that you will come find peace in this site, so that you know, no matter what happens, you've got a place you can come and say, hey, do me a favor. Say a prayer for me. That's what it's all about. Sierra and Dell, all right, we're going to do this real quick. And I got the 3 of water. I'm getting a lot of emotions wrapped up around this. And what we've got is the 3 of water followed by the ace of water. So the 3 of water is saying, look to your friends. There are people that are there to support you. Don't let pride keep you from asking for help. But I'm also seeing there's fixing to be a time of celebration. You will be able to move forward. Something new, new joy, new light. And look, new treasures are coming your way. It's coming. Hang in there, baby. Friday's coming. That's what I got. Wow. Bangarang. Okay. If you'll clean off the comments, Miss Gillian, I would appreciate it. So again, just a reminder, in the link below, there is a tip jar. Whatever you want to do from your heart, I appreciate it. All right. Also, remember August 3rd, got the New England thing going on, the Cabot. I will be doing live in-person readings. Man, I'd love to have you all there. All right. Reach out to Mr. Bruce if you think, hey, I can pop out and do a 4-day quickie cruise with Bruce and Bridget and Rob and Gillian. We'll be right there. We'd love to have you with us. I love nothing will make me happier than to be sitting on the deck of a ship or in a room somewhere where we can see what's going on around us and enjoying that air and just sit there and do readings from my peoples all day long. So reach out to Bruce. It's really easier than you think, I promise. Okay. So everybody, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all my people, to the tribe. Get grounded. My new people, you don't understand us. Get grounded, get barefoot. We call ourselves the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe. Get your feet in the carpet, get it in the concrete, get it in the tile. If you can get it outside and get it in the dirt, get it in the grass, get it in the water, but get grounded. Because the whole purpose here is so you can reclaim your magic. You can think about the world in a whole new way. You can look and say, wait a minute, I don't have to be force-fed beliefs and systems and things. Open your eyes, open your mind, and open so that everything comes through. And in that, you'll be able to reclaim your magic. Once you reclaim your magic, you can find your wings, and baby, you can fly. All right. So with all that being said, know I love you and thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for being here. All right. But take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Banger.